Have you ever looked through your window at night and seen someone looking back at you? Daniel lived alone on the 6th floor of a quiet apartment building. Every night, before going to bed, he closed his curtains. But one night, something caught his attention. Across the street, in a window of the building opposite him, stood a woman in a white dress. She wasn't moving. She was simply staring at him. Daniel assumed she was just a neighbor, so he closed the curtains and went to sleep. But the next night, she was there again. Same window, same white dress, same position. Daniel began to feel uneasy. Then he noticed something strange. Her apartment was completely dark. There was no light on inside. Daniel took out his phone and photographed the window. The moment the camera flashed, the woman disappeared. Daniel looked at the photograph, and his stomach dropped. Standing behind the woman was a tall, shadowy figure, someone Daniel hadn't seen with his own eyes. Before we continue, if you love stories that keep you guessing, subscribe to Story Room. Now, let's find out who that woman really was. The next morning, Daniel went downstairs and asked the building manager about the apartment across the street. The manager's expression immediately changed. He quietly told Daniel, "Nobody lives there." Daniel couldn't believe it. He had seen the woman twice, so he showed the manager the photograph. The manager stared at the picture for several seconds. Then he pulled an old photograph from a drawer. It showed the same building, but the photograph had been taken 9 years earlier. The manager pointed toward one of the windows. That's where she lived. Daniel looked closer. It was the exact same apartment. 9 years earlier, a terrible fire had destroyed the apartment. The woman who lived there was believed to have died that night. But there was one strange detail. Her body was never found. After the fire, the apartment was abandoned, and nobody had lived there since. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. At exactly 2:13 a.m., he heard 3 soft knocks. Knock, 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 not on his door. They were coming from his bedroom window. Daniel froze. The curtains were completely closed. He slowly walked toward them. Daniel grabbed the curtain and pulled it open. The woman was there again, standing in the opposite window. But this time, she wasn't looking at Daniel. She was pointing directly toward the space behind him. Daniel slowly began to turn around. There was nothing there. Daniel immediately grabbed his phone. But when he opened the camera, his blood ran cold. On the phone screen, the woman was standing directly behind him. She wasn't across the street anymore. She was inside his bedroom. Daniel stared at the screen, completely frozen. Then a message suddenly appeared on his phone. "Don't look behind you." Daniel didn't move. He could feel something standing behind him. He could hear breathing. Slow, quiet, right behind his neck. Daniel couldn't resist. He slowly turned his head, and there she was. The woman in the white dress was standing only a few feet behind him, completely still. She didn't attack him. She didn't move. She simply stood there, as if she had been waiting for him to look. Then she whispered, "You already did." The lights went out. The next morning, the building manager entered Daniel's apartment. It was completely empty. No broken doors. No sign of a struggle. No Daniel. But when the manager looked across the street, something was terribly wrong. The abandoned apartment was no longer empty. Standing in its window were 2 figures, Daniel and the woman in the white dress. Both were staring silently toward another apartment, as if they were waiting for the next person to look back. Did you notice the clues? Tell me your theory in the comments. And if you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe to Story Room for more chilling mysteries and horror stories.